All right, so it's recently come out that Anthony Davis, superstar power forward, one of the top 10 players in the league currently. Apparently, this man, he's looking at re-signing with a new agent because he recently, went separate ways with his former agent, and he's currently looking at, the services of a Mr. Rich Paul. Now, if anybody knows, Rich Paul is also associated with LeBron James. Does a lot of work for LeBron. So a lot of people are thinking this might be a tie to the fact that Anthony Davis might want to go to LA. But the thing is, it's not under Anthony Davis's control, because here's what's going to happen. With New Orleans, these guys are in a situation this year to where if they are not at least winning 55% of their games or more, and they don't look like if they look like they're going to be a playoff team, like a serious playoff team, they'll probably keep AD. But if not, they're going to get rid of that man. It's not even going to make it to the All-Star break. Not even going to make it to the All-Star break. All right, my man AD is going to be shipped out there, or he's going to be shipped out to Boston. Why? Why those two places? Because even though it's not in his control, and he might want to go to LA, it's all about what the team gets back. The team wants to get assets back. The team is not trading to get Luol Deng back from the Timberwolves. The team is not going to trade to get Justice Winslow back for, to the Miami Heat or some shit like that. Trust me when I say they are looking for the next star. They're not looking for a good player. They're looking for the next star, someone who's good right now, who's about to hit that next level. So they're either going to be looking to package him for someone like Alonzo Ball, or someone like I know he's a point guard, but the point is they're looking for someone young who's on the rise, or Kyle Kuzma, or Brandon Ingram, along with picks, or they might be looking at Boston. In terms of the Pelicans, they might be looking at Boston, looking at Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. They don't want Gordon Hayward. No. He's too old. He's too old to be. He's too old. I'm sorry, man. Sports, they look at you like you're I don't. I respect these players and their skill sets, but the managers and the teams, they look at these players like horses, man. And that's kind of how you have to, because you have to look at a guy and be like, damn, now, unless this guy is Tim Duncan or Jordan, quite a few other players, I cannot just take this man at age 34 and expect him to be producing, at a skill set that he probably had when he was 30 or younger, or 27. I can't expect that out of him. So that's how they got to look at it. So they have to factor age into account. They want to have you for the next 10 years or so, or at least 5+. That's what they want from you. They want a good 5+ years of star production out of you. So they got to factor in age. And trust me when I say age gets factored in a lot. We saw that with Shaq and Kobe. Look who they picked, to stay. You see a lot of times with different things, with who teams decide to stay with, who these teams decide to move on from and let walk. No diss to Shaq, but we saw what they did to him and Penny. We saw what they did to him and Penny. Oh shit, both these examples have Shaq in it, old ass. But Shaq wasn't like crazy older than Penny. But that's just how that's how micro that shit is to them. Not micro, macro that shit is to them. Something so small, it means a lot to them, man, because they're looking to squeeze out every year that they can out of you. Now, one can make the argument that Shaq is a big man and Penny's a guard, so Shaq might have lasted longer at his position, but Shaq was a bit of an anomaly. Why? Because Shaq, while he was a freakish athlete, he was known to be very lazy and eat out and eat sloppily. So who knows what he was going to turn into, if he's going to turn into a whale if he gave him that huge contract. So yeah, Orlando, they kind of fucked up, but I don't get on them too much because you know what? While he was a transformative player and while he did all that stuff, Shaq was known to not have too much discipline at times, for a star. So I could see why they might not want to give him all that money. The way they disrespected him, no, that was crazy. But back to the AD thing. Look, man, if Anthony Davis goes to the Lakers, that'll be very interesting because you have now you have a player who is once again on a very similar level as LeBron. However, this time is going to be different because if Anthony Davis went to the Lakers, it wouldn't be like how it was with the Heat. Because with the Heat, Dwayne Wade was he was the best player on the first Heat team, but Dwayne Wade was the oldest one. Like by far, he's like 2 or 3 years older than LeBron. So LeBron, you know, he could take on more of the workload, you know, because he's younger, has a little more energy right now, you know. But he can't say that same excuse with Anthony Davis. He's gotta let the offense run through Anthony Davis. And LeBron has to be a piece around Anthony Davis. Now, can he do that? I don't think so. I don't think so. LeBron is stuck in his ways. We saw what happened when he had to play behind Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade played like a monster out there. LeBron didn't know what to do playing off ball. He didn't know what to do. All right. So, I mean, look, the Lakers, that'd be interesting. If they could work it out, that'd be a very interesting Western Conference Finals. I would still take the Warriors, probably in 6 this time instead of 5. I always give a team a game unless I think they're absolute trash. Then I'll give it 4. But I'll give them 6-game series if they got Anthony Davis. If Boston got Anthony Davis, it'd probably be a 7-game series. And I'll take the Warriors in the end. Well, you know what? Boston might take them because you know what? Back in the 80s, the Detroit Pistons had a very similar situation where, you know, they took those Pistons, they took those Lakers with Magic, took them to Game 7. They probably would have won in Game 6 if Isaiah didn't get hurt. Or no, they probably would have won that series if Isaiah didn't get hurt, honestly. But hey, it is what it is. I definitely see a lot of things happening right now. Good stuff for the league, and we'll see. AD, but he's not going to be in New Orleans very long. If they don't look like playoff contenders, they're not going to be looking. He's not going to be staying there very long. He'll be gone before the All-Star break, either to the Lakers or the Celtics. All right.